Good morning, guys. Today is March 29, 2017, and we are back. CBIO from yesterday, crazy play. Went from pre-market low fives all the way up to 18s. During market hour, and then basically consolidated. Today pre-market is touched 20. It is hanging up there, so potentially it does look like it will have some room to move today as well. It's just they received some catalyst yesterday, some IND stuff, some healthcare stuff that I don't really know about. But that's what it did to stock. I definitely had some sort of momentum. People started hyping it, and people started getting hype about it. And next thing you know, it's in the 18. So we did play it yesterday. Got it at 16.49, 50 shares. But I literally sold it a couple of minutes before it actually ripped. I got in on a 5-minute setup, and the 5-minute setup didn't work right away. So I ended up bailing out, and then next thing you know, it rips. But that's in the hindsight. There's nothing we can do about it. No need to ponder over it. We're just going to move on and then take advantage of today. So today, CBIO is on the watch list just because I want to see how this stock reacts. If it starts moving, and if it potentially breaks this 20 level and it goes into the, high 20s, mid 20s, it would definitely bring in some sympathy plays. So we'll be watching for that. First one on my watch list for today, though, is SNOA. SNOA has a catalyst out today that they received a FDA clearance, has a float of 4.18 million. So what we like to see, a catalyst, a low float, and gapping up pre-market. As of right now, has a volume of 71k, so which is nice. Nothing too crazy, so it looks like it could potentially gain some volume as the market opens. So we're looking for an entry, potentially entry of break of 8.99 here, or a 9. But since it is a bit high on RSI, we do want to see some lots of volume coming in on this breakthrough here, break of 9, and then we'll basically look to back of the mine target again is 10 because of the low float. It's in the low float market. If it starts really ripping, it could potentially rip, but we'll look to take off the position if it has some trouble, or if it doesn't gain as much momentum or as much volume as I'm hoping it will. Then we'll basically look to get out in the 950s. So that's my target, 950, but back of the mine target is 10. Again, it is in the same sector as CBIO, so healthcare sector, so that could potentially bring some volume to it, bring some hype to it. So we're definitely watching it. DFFN, another stock from yesterday that moved, went from the 2s to the 5s, 262 to 506 in a day. Just basically absolutely ripped right over here. And I wasn't around for that. But today what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting to see if it'll get over 5 again. If we can push over 5 again, guys, we can potentially see this open up some room up to the 550s, and then potentially even 6, since it is a low floater, has a float of 5.31 million. So it could definitely potentially rip, but we don't right now. Pre-market, as you guys can see, it's dropping, so it is looking a bit weak. So we do want to see it get over 5 before we look to jump in on this. Or right now I have my end thing at 485. I mean, it does get up to 485 with lots of volume, and or it starts moving up and volume starts coming in, then we'll look to jump in on the break of 485 for a potential push towards 5. And then if it breaks 5, then the back of the mine target again is 6. But I'll look to take off my if it has some trouble, or if it doesn't move as fast as I want it to, then I'll look to get out in the 530s. So there's that play. On RSI, it's not super overbought right now as it's selling off a little, which is nice. So we can potentially see it come back up. Palm, similar sector as CBIO. It does, has a history of making moves. After this initial move right here, after these, couple big green candles and volume surges, it kind of pulled back on low volume here, consolidated. Now what I'm waiting for it to make a new high on the daily, and then volume to come in. We'll look to jump in this on the break of 350 $0.50 mark if there's lots of volume, and then we'll go from there. Back of the mine target is 4, but if it doesn't run as fast as I think it will, then we'll look to get out in the 370 375 area. ZSAN is my last last thing on the watch list. Same sector as CBIO. So that's what I'm watching this. In the past it has made some moves, like on this day went from 202 to 349. This day went from 222 to 3. I mean, nothing major on here. Nothing, $4 or $5 or $2-3 moves. but it does have potential, especially being in the same sector. And if it starts ripping, I'm just keeping it there. It's not something I'm going to trade. It's not something that I'm looking to jump into right away. I'm just keeping it there, watching. You know, it has a 50 moving average at 205, and if it breaks that and, you know, lots of volume starts coming in, then we'll look for a pullback or some sort of good entry on it, and then look to jump in on it. So that's pretty much it for my pre-market watch list, guys. Markets are going to open in about 10 minutes, so we'll just keep an eye on it. I'll bring you guys back in once the markets are open, or once I'm ready to jump in something. So sit tight. Alright guys, I just got into HTGM as it's moving up here. Basically the goal would be to see if we can get, I only got 100 shares. The goal would be to see, I got in at 763. So the goal here to see if we can basically get over this candle here, which is 839, but we also want to get over 8 first. So if we can get over 8, we could potentially see this get back up. You know, in the past it has basically dropped a little due to just a pullback. It started running, and then, you know, it pulled back a little, and then it dropped. And now we're waiting to see if we can get over back up to 781, back up to that level, and then we'll basically look to sell over 8. This does have potential in my back of my head. I feel like it does have potential. It just needs to, over here, it just needs to like keep moving up. I would like to see this candle, what is the high of this, 769. I would like to see this next candle go higher than that. You know, it is holding the 751 level, so that's fine. If it continues to holding that and continues building this trend, we could potentially see this get up to the get up to 8. So, oh, it just broke that. That is not good, guys. You know, I got in at 763. So I will look to basically see if it can get back over the 760 level. I don't know if it will. I jumped in because as the volume was coming in, and this what happens. See if we can get over 740 here. There you go, 742. I'll try to get out at over 740. I want to manage this properly. I don't want to panic out of here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bail out here. Okay, I bailed out at 730. 30 cents, guys. $33 on 100 shares is not a good look. Not a good look at all, guys. Oh man. You know, it's crazy because I don't know why I do this to myself, but INNL right here at 140, I wanted to jump in. I wanted to jump in right here, and I just hesitated. I was like, nope, no, I don't know. And then next thing you know, it's in the 160s, right? Obviously not a big move, but these are the 20 cents, you know, I could have won, versus jumping in HTGM where I lost 30 cents, right? On 100 shares, losing $33 is just not the best look, right? And I still feel like it has potential. I think it faked me out. I really do believe it has potential. I should have looked at 5-minute too, actually, because it looked a little overextended on 5-minute here. Actually, not really. I mean, I got in here 763, just as above this candle here, but now it seems to be kind of forming this. I mean, I'll definitely try to trade this again. I mean, remember last time HTGM, I lost so many times. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember how many times I lost last time. Anyways, I'm gonna pause this and then I'll come back. Alright guys, so I got an MYSZ on the pullback here. Basically, target is back to the 280. It started moving, it started getting some volume here, and basically we're going to see whether if it was just one run up and then done, or is it going to have a second leg up here. So we're gonna see here if we can basically get over this 268, or if we can get over 270, and then that can open us room to get back to the 280 there. So I'll just keep I'll bring you guys back in once it starts moving up, or once there's some volume starts coming in this, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, so I bailed out of MYSZ at 256. It broke down this 258 support level, and I bailed out. It just couldn't pick up the volume to get back up there. So only a $450 loss on that one. Or $850 I guess with fees. I'm kind of upset about the HTGM play, just because well, look at it now. I mean, I got out here. Now it's in the 685. So I mean, I'm glad I didn't wait. I didn't hold and hope for it to come back up. But it's something I just, look at this volume that came in this candle, right? So when I jumped in this candle, to me it was just like, okay, this is gonna go up to 780s. Break of that, we could potentially see back up to 8. And if we got over 8, we could have got some momentum in this to get over this candle at 839. So that's what I jumped in. I guess I'm not too upset, because this is a type of sort of play that could have worked, especially with this volume that came in this, but it just didn't have, I guess it just didn't have it in it to run today, and that's fine, I guess, but we'll keep an eye on it. I've already done 2 trades, red on both. I don't like that, so we'll just see what happens. I don't wanna keep trading just try to make that money back or whatever. But I mean, if something really good pops up, something with lots of volume starts coming up, then maybe I'll look to jump in, right? So we'll see. I just got into CERU, guys, on the break of 1. Potentially looking for the back of the mine target is 110, which is the pre-market high. So there's definitely some volume coming into this now. And I would like to see it basically rip here, get past 103. Go 104. 105. So yeah, basically 105 has some big seller there, but oh nope, gone 106. So again, if we can take out 110, which is the pre-market high, I went in a little aggressive here, guys, 500 shares, just because if we can take out 110, we could potentially open up some room to the 120, 130s. 108, let's go, let's take them out. There you go. Looks like it's gonna get taken out here. 108. If 108 gets taken out, which is a big seller there, we could potentially see this rip here. But taking 108 might not be as easy as it seems. But obviously there's some volume came in. We do like the volume that surges, and then a little pullback is okay. But if 108 does get taken out here, it would potentially open up some room here for this stock to move up. So if you can, there's 107, 106. The next 1 minute candle, if volume surges again, we could potentially see this get back over. There's some heavy sellers coming in now. We want to see the bid get stacked here. Would like to see it stay above this 5 EMA on the 1 minute, and then basically rip here. Again, back of the mine target is 110, but anything could happen, so we're just gonna let the markets tell us what's gonna happen. We're not gonna have a pre-notion of what is going to happen. We'll just, based on the price action here, if 108 does get taken out, we're good. If not, then we'll bail out here. 105 seems to have some strong buyers or sellers here. Okay, I got out at 103. 105 had some serious buyers there, or sellers, sorry, and it just seemed to be holding it down. You know, would have loved to see this candle basically rip here, and since that didn't really seem to happen, I got out. Do I still have a position here? Did I not just get filled? I don't know. Closed. Yeah, I'm good. So I don't know what this is. Oh, I think I pressed it twice. Yeah, I pressed it twice, but I did close in on it. Basically just covered my fees and stuff, nothing major. So I got in at 1, got out at 103. Nothing crazy there. Now it's coming back down, so I'm just kind of watching here. I mean, it was good. First, I was kind of looking to get in the 90s here, but since you know, I was just kind of like, you know what, Yusuf, let's just wait for a better setup on it. And then I saw this pulling up here, so I was like, you know what, I'll wait for this to break 1, because if I get in here, it can get double topped at 99. So I'll wait for this to break 1, and as that was happening, I jumped in, got over to 108, but just couldn't get over 108. Would have loved to see it get over 108 and then test that 110 here, which is yesterday's after hours high. And if it would have tested it, we potentially could have seen some good move on it. We could have seen it open up to, you know, the 120s, 130s. You know, the closest resistance here on the on the daily for 20 moving average, or not, sorry, 20 moving average. The 50 moving average is 130. So it could have opened up some room for it to go up there, but you know, unfortunately we couldn't get it, and I just bailed out. So I think that's 3 trades for today, guys. I am done for today. Didn't really, you know, I'm down I think about 40 some dollars on the day. You know, although I had 1 green trade, you know, even with that, $10 were just the fees, so so about $5 profit on that, and then at least that covers the loss for MYSZ, and then I have a loss for HTGM as well. So you know what, I'm okay with that for now. I really wanted to close this month green, but from the looks of it, it is getting tougher. Now we have what, 2 days left in the week, or in the 2 days in the week, and you know, 2 days for the month to end. So with all that being said, I feel like we won't be able to get it to green, but I'm gonna try to get it to as close as possible, guys. That's the challenge to me. You know, I feel like if I can potentially close this month somewhat green, or somewhat in the positive side, on a positive note, I can have a better beginning to April, and then we can potentially see me get back to some sort of consistency. Right now, I mean, the trades I do take are pretty dumb. I mean, this one was a good trade, CERU. I got in on a specific with the volume surge, and you know what, I walked away with some money. But everything else I've traded today, HTGM actually wasn't that bad, just because there was a volume surge on it. I just wasn't able to take advantage of it. So HTGM was definitely good. I just wasn't able to take advantage of it. I mean, by that, what I mean is, like, it just, when I got in because this volume surged. And I got in, I didn't get in super high, but I got in pretty high, I guess, 763, which was on the 5 minute, was the break of this candle. And then, you know, next thing you know, it basically drops. It just doesn't have anything else left in it. So all that, you know, sometimes just you get in on these trades, and you know, you have some sort of an idea what it'll probably do, and then it just doesn't do it, and next thing you know, you're down 10, 15, 20 cents. On HTGM, only at 100 shares. And the only reason I lost 33 cents because it dropped pretty quick. It dropped really quick on me on this candle right here. So I got in at 763. It pulled back, and I was like, you know what, I like it. It touched this 9 EMA and the 5 EMA, and it closed above it. So the next candle, if we can get back over the 770 point, we could potentially test at 780 again and then rip. But it just, this candle opened at 760, and it just instantly dropped to 740, and I was kind of like, oops, okay, now it's time to move out. But I didn't want to sell right on this candle. I was kind of waiting for a little bounce back to sell into, and we didn't really get it. So when this candle made a lower low, I bailed out, and I'm glad I did, because it never really got up there. It just kind of consolidated a little sideways, and then boom, another 2 big drops there. So that being said, guys, I am done for today. You know, like to see a little green on my thing at least, even though I'm down red on the day. You know, having a green trade definitely, you know, is good for the soul, I guess. So anyways, I'll end this video now, and then we'll pick it up from tomorrow, and we'll see if we can improve, if we can pick better plays, if we can you know, get into some sort of good momentum trade that will, you know, rip 50, 20, you know, 20, 50 a point from my entry, you know, right away. And you know, there's definitely stocks like that. I just always miss them. INNL, by the way, was probably the best trade in the morning, and I just hesitated. I don't know why. I should have, you know, if a stock like this I got in, you know, if I went a little aggressive, 500 shares at 140, you know, got out at 160, that would have been perfect. You know, that's 20-cent move on you know, and that would have been a good entry point, because, you know, it was consolidating below this 140 level, and then as it started coming up, volume started picking up, and that would have been the perfect entry point. And I had the opportunity to get in. I just hesitated. I was ready with my 200 share order. I was about to hit enter, and I was like, oh, I don't know about INNL. You know, it's not like super low float. It's about I think about 17-18 million in float, so I was just kind of like a little worried about that. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.